Alrighty guys, welcome back for our second matchup between these two teams, Liquid versus compLexity, this time on Dust2, and we're just going to hop straight into the pistol round. Liquid going to be starting on the CT side, compLexity on the terrorist side. Again, that's Simple, Hiko, Adren, Elige, and Nitro against Roka, Def, Sanks, Shinobi, and Fraud. Joining me once again this evening is the one and only Moses. And we are going to be bringing you guys the action all night. Liquid goes down 16-8 to compLexity on cash. We'll see if luck favors them this time around on Dust2.
That was a sick match put together by compLexity. Should give some props over to Shinobi, who's the in-game leader for compLexity in his Pro League debut season, which is actually, that's a lot of respect given over to a team that has Warden. Fraud. Warden is the coach. Fraud with all that experience, as well as Sanks and Roka spent a lot of years in the professional division so far. So to give someone brand new into the pro scene reigns over the team is a big sign of respect. So a nice first map for him, a nice debut in that role, in that capacity, and at a professional level. But either way, Liquid playing very, very far back. compLexity with 48 seconds on the clock, just now starting to progress across the map, and it hasn't been spotted out. Adren's going to be the first one to see it when it eventually does come, although he's going to spot the smoke being thrown out by Def just now. That's for the cross. Two members on Catwalk, Elige and Simple. But actually, compLexity, they fall back from this. And there's only 30 seconds left on the clock. They've got to hurry this up, and they're going to come up Catwalk and Elige. Elige and Simple are in the worst possible spots. This is a really nicely put together pistol round. It's going to be a slaughter. Simple out in the open. He only gets one, but look at the position Adren's in now. He gets annihilated as well. 2 kills for Shinobi. That was so perfectly executed.
That was a sick strat. I loved that. Nitro does come back in on Def, but he gets traded out to Roka, and now it's going to be Hiko 1 versus 3. And he's gooshed almost instantaneously, taken down by Roka. What an insane strat. I love that. So they get the information, Adren spots it at long, calls for the rotation to come back up off Cat, fights one guy, actually ends up killing him, or I'm not even sure what the story was. Somebody got that frag at long. I think it was, I don't even know. But then they just flank back around on Catwalk. That was sick. Oh! And now Fraud, back to the roots. Actually, did he tag another one? Yeah, he hit Simple as well.
Yeah, that was, I'm not quite sure. They rushed up Catwalk, so I'm not sure why Elige didn't hear him. Maybe there was something with the comms and he couldn't hear the footsteps or something, but he had no indication that was coming. He didn't even turn in the slightest. So compLexity in this round, like you said, off Fraud's pick, they're going to be up a man. Elige still dueling over towards Slog, but he's brought down so low. And compLexity is just going to start walking their way up Catwalk. Simple is in the lower B. He can do some damage here. He sees the head. Nice shot. 1 dig onto Sanks. He's brought down to 13, though, so he's got to fall back, and compLexity is just going to keep pushing up Catwalk. They're going to find a free A bomb site.
Yeah, they've only got one to contend with. That's going to be Adren at long A, but he's only got a silent USP to work with, so not much of a threat. And he's actually just going to get pushed all the way down long A to join with 3 of his teammates, or 2 of his other teammates as well. As Simple coming around through CT spawn, just looking for any information that they can gather, any additional picks that they can get, and they're going to get denied. Simple goes down to the hands of Shinobi. And at this point, it looks like exit frags are on the menu for Liquid. See if they can make anything happen here, but it's going to be difficult. Liquid's Nitro does pick up a Galil here, so he might be able to do some damage playing this off angle on Catwalk, because that's exactly where they're going to be filtering the terrorist squad too. All 4 of them are going to be coming into his face here in a second. Takes the peek, finds the first, looking for a second, and he gets that one as well. Scout action coming out, but it's going to be Roka to find one. Fraud chimes in. And finally, they silence him, but Adren, can he do anything? Negative. Nice round from Fraud.
Yeah, good round from Fraud, and also a pretty, should say, pretty decent eco round from Liquid with 3 kills there. That's how they opened up first half of last map, though, with 3 kills in an eco round, and hopefully it doesn't turn out the same way. Yeah, right? But either way, Deagle again on the board for Simple. I think someone must have dropped that to him, so that he can have an op into the next round. Either way, this time compLexity switches things up. All 5 members going towards B tunnels. More than likely just to walk into this B bomb site. Def is going to lead the way. Hiko spotting for it. I think he just saw someone right there, but Nitro's not even looking the other way. Def's going to swing pretty wide. He has the angle. Nitro falls down, and the B bomb site is open here. There's Simple, the Deagle. 1 more kill for him. Adren even dinks Fraud, but can't finish off the kill. Simple eventually gets taken out. It's a slaughter from there. So 3-0 for complexity, and now we're going to have the buy. Simple with 6,000 is going to be able to have the AWP and armor and some nades behind it. So
this is a mirror image of what happened in the first match. I mean, the pistol round goes to complexity. 3 kills in the anti-eco for Liquid, but they can't get it done. 1 kill in the second round, or the third round of the matchup. It's just a mirror image. Absolutely ridiculous. But Fraud's got the op now. Nitro, look at this forward position. He actually pushed through double doors to get towards lower off of Xbox. And look at that, Simple. There's that catwalk play we were kind of talking about. And look at the aggression from Liquid. They're taking the fight to complexity, and so far it's working out. Until then, Simple and Elige go down. Def with back-to-back headshots, bringing it back to a 3-on-3. Nicely controlled.
yeah, I like the call initially for that kind of aggression. Really well done as well with those 2 kills, but from there, you have a 2-man advantage. Why keep pushing? Why not just fall back? Play the 5-on-3. They get slaughtered by Def. Obviously, you can't account for that, but such a huge advantage given right back up to the complexity side. And you can see what this does. The advantage is towards the terrorists. The defense is split, 1 mid, 1 B, and 1 on, one on CT spawn. So, I mean, very isolated. Not a whole lot of teamwork can be gained, and Nitro's just going to be patiently waiting for mid, and Hiko's even going to move out of it. There's a pop flash. Roka, this could be an easy kill if Nitro pushes forward, but he's not going to use that.
Oh, he spots the shadow. That gives it away. Roka so patient on the other side of double doors, but eventually gives his position away, gets compromised, and goes down. And now with this smoke and double doors, they should be able to get in here and get this bomb plant. They've really only got 1 avenue of attack to worry about. But look at that. Over the top of that smoke, Nitro does some good damage, drops Sanks down to 4 HP, but Def going to come in with his 3rd frag of the round. Still 2 left. It's going to be Hiko and Adren. The 2 that kind of made their presence known in the last couple of lands that Liquid had been at with their clutching ability. Hiko down to 2 HP, though, so at this point, I don't know if it's even worth going for. Adren hiding out in window room, just looking for anything. He's just going to barrel on in. Gets the... Oh, no! Def actually kills Sanks! Oh, that's so unfortunate. There you go. Adren's going to be able to pick up that round, and Liquid are on the board. Wow, that was... Huh.
Yeah, a little heartbreaking.
Yeah, Def was killing everybody that round.
Yeah, well, Liquid had to go for that. There was no chance they were going to save in that 2-on-2, but I thought it was a little bit scary when I looked down and saw the utility still on the complexity side. The Molotov to block off window, another smoke and door just delayed that for a very long time, and actually, it looked like Hiko was going to be the one to initiate the action until he got spammed down to red, and that forced Adren's hand. So the TK definitely helps him out, but nice control of the spray to get that second headshot, or the winning headshot on Roka. But there's an opening start. Shinobi finds Adren out towards long. He's brought down very low, though, so a good trade by Elige. Meanwhile, everyone else is over towards the B bomb site. 3 members going to walk in. Hiko, this one's going to be all on you, and he's going to see him running through. Def is going to be the entry, but Roka finds the kill. Def distracts Hiko well enough, and now the B bomb site is lost.
Yeah, really rough spot for Liquid to be in after losing that, or winning that last round in such a close fashion. Now they're just going to be completely money-starved if they drop this round, and Roka playing very close on double doors, just watching for that window push. But you can see Liquid already calling for the save. They're just going to fall on back towards long A and hang on to the rifles. Simple does have the op, so that's a little bit of a saving grace, but absolutely ridiculous entries going in towards B, and that's just, I mean, Hiko was playing a great off angle, but the bait and switch that they had, Def going in, getting chipped down to 56, Roka just pushes through and annihilates him after that information is gained. So nicely done from complexity, and this is I mean, they are looking fantastic right now.
Yeah, that's tough for Hiko to handle there. Not expecting that run right through the smoke, so good opening kills, but a necessary call to save here. You can see Nitro is going to be able to drop over a Famas. Elige can drop over an M4 or a Famas if he chooses to. So it is going to be another buy, or Hiko and Adren are going to be given rifles, and they're going to have another full buy into this round. So a chance here to one more opportunity to stop complexity. Simple's going to go for the mid pick against Fraud, but Fraud finds it. That had to have been through the smoke, and Fraud's going to get a second one. Jumps down and eliminates Simple. Nicely done. Huge advantage for complexity in a critical round.
He's back, boys. Nicely done from Fraud, opening up the round, getting back-to-back picks like that. The second one through the smoke. I expect to see a pretty solid vac spam in chat after that one. Nicely done. And a 2-man swing 5 seconds into the beginning of the round. Beautiful stuff. Liquid probably already considering saving this round. There's not a lot they can do at this point.
I was actually on Simple's POV. I'm not even sure if Fraud saw him or if he just took the shot through the smoke.
He just took the shot. I was on Fraud's POV. He just took the shot. He dropped down into suicide and just respammed the smoke. It was beautifully done. It was, I mean, what a shot. He's got to know that Simple peeks that. Probably expected him to be peeking it high, and which he was, to look over top of that smoke and try to pick the top right angle. And Fraud just punishes that peek. I mean, annihilates him through the smoke. And right now, I'm talking about annihilated. Liquid's defenses are just in shambles right now. This is looking very good for compLexity again.
Jen's going to get that kill, but he's being hunted down. compLexity's not going to let him save that AWP. So another sick round put together. Fraud gets 2 picks, and then compLexity just picks Liquid apart from there. So 5-1 now on the terrorist side of Dust2. It's going to be a save out of Liquid. 4 members sitting around 2K. Nitro's up at 3.5, but this is starting to, starting to look a little bit sketchy. This is where after the first map, you start to feel a little bit just mentally frustrated if you're Liquid and you can't get anything going in the next gun round.
Yeah, and this is starting to snowball again. I mean, we saw how it happened on the CT side, and then finally Liquid was able to get some momentum back in their favor going through that last part of the terrorist side of Cash, but then on their CT side, they had absolutely nothing. Are we going to see the same kind of stark difference between this as we see Fraud again opening things up, finding the aggression on Cat? This was, it was 8-3 for compLexity in the first half of Cash. Ended up 8-7 at half. Liquid was able to reel them in. But that was when Liquid was on the T side. And their terrorist side on Cash is something that they're pretty well known for. Oh, Fraud, did he spot the shoulder? Oh, he had to have seen him. Goes for the no-scope, switches to the pistol, and takes down Nitro. Nicely managed from Fraud. So 2 picks again this round from him.
Yeah, no damage dealt whatsoever so far. Fraud does fall, but the op lands on top of Catwalk. He go with another dink on a def. Gets 2 kills there. It's just down to Simple, who's in lower B. Sinks knows where he is. The nade's going to come in. Simple's got to get into a new position. He jumps through the double doors, but Shinobi's going to be there to find him. So 6-1. This should be a buy out of Liquid. They have plenty of money. They won't have an AWP unless someone Simple would have to go glass cannon. Or Nitro could drop him one, but that would mean he's going to be light on armor as well. So this is a good call. I like this pause out of Liquid.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, this is kind of what you guys were talking about the other night with Renegades when they go on kind of a losing streak. When they get to that certain number, they call for the pause, and this must be the number for Liquid. 6-1. I mean, things are starting to get a little bit out of hand. Their money management is. I mean, this is one of the biggest ways that you see CT sides get punished is the money game. They don't have, going into this gun round, they're not going to have the utility to work with unless they go with FAMASas over M4s, and then in that case, they're not going to have the firepower to work with. So it'll be interesting to see what direction they go in for this buy.
I'd like to see him get almost, maybe not this round, but at some point, it does look like they're just reeling, and they're not prepared for the level that compLexity was going to bring tonight. I liked that call by Liquid on the first gun round to get aggressive up mid and find those first 2 kills. Now, they got over aggressive and gave him right back, but I like that call of just bringing the fight to compLexity and just saying we're not going to get bullied around like this. compLexity, Shinobi's just out calling Liquid right now. This is some pretty cool tactics being used by compLexity at important times throughout this, even the first map, and now especially you can notice it on this T side, that pistol round. Just the simple call to just, have 3 players walk right through smoke at B. So some very, very good calling from Shinobi right now.
And it is going to be Simple glass cannon this round against Fraud. This time around, they're not going to get that early pick, but it's going to be Hiko. Ooh, man, he went for that little bit of a shoulder peek, and Fraud was just a little late to the party, but that nade over the top, there goes half your health, Hiko. Nicely done. And again, they're just going to push up in this smoke, and Hiko goes down. Nitro with the trade, but again, Nitro is just going to get swarmed and overwhelmed. He's got 12 HP to work with, and Shinobi takes him down. So that B-bomb site, it's like a safe with a really crappy lock. It just gets picked open every single time that compLexity goes there. They know the combination at this point.
And this might have to be a save for Liquid. They have no kits, Simple has no armor, and Adren's only got 1 smoke, so no real utility to make this work. And actually, a Molotov just goes down into the window as well. So shut out for even longer. Flash is raining in now, and that's the call. They're just like, all right, we've had enough. We've got to fall away from this. So nicely done from compLexity. Only losing 1. Simple's going to get a parting gift. But 7-1 for complexity now, and this is a good map being put together. Liquid just can't seem to find success at any stage of these rounds.
Yeah, this is really rough. Really, really rough. I mean, Simple coming alive with the yacht, but it's all for naught. 2 frags at the end of that round, but that doesn't save anything for Team Liquid. Puts a couple hundred in the bank for Simple, but at this point they're going to be forced up on FAMAS's for Nitro. Maybe a pistol buy. No, they drop a FAMAS over, so he's at least going to have utility behind this, but again, another kind of limited arsenal for the Liquid side, and they have got no momentum in either of these 2 maps. This is really scary. And especially from a team that you expect to be like predisposed that before this season even started with being hyped up as the top team in North America next to Luminosity. And they're playing like crap right now.
This change of pace is really nice out of complexity as well. Last round they just kind of walk into B in the first 30-40 seconds, and this time they slow things down, spread out, look for aggression. So not letting Liquid get a good read, and look at the defense at the moment. Everyone's very, very spread out. Nitro and Adren have a long distance crossfire set up on mid. Simple's going to be over at Car. He's going to be able to support Elige, but Elige is playing so close at these long double doors. He's going to die before Simple can even rotate to really help him out. So Simple's going to be in a tough spot if Elige does fall. It's going to require a huge effort. Smoke's coming over towards long. That's going to be the call for Simple to rotate back. Going to see what he has to do. No one's coming out long quite yet. It's going to be a delayed take.
We're going to see that up-on-up action. Fraud creeping on up. There's 4 players from the T side here. 1 creeping down through lower halls. But they're going to push out. They keep the corner right. Alicia's going to be able to pick up 2. Can Simple come up with anything? No. Denied. Fraud's going to win the up-on-up battle. Simple wasn't ready for it. And we're back to a 3v3.
Yeah, smoke for the cross, but still very slow. 20 seconds left on the clock. Boost up onto Catwalk. There is going to be a lurker coming out mid, though. And no one from Liquid is looking that way. Sanks is going to get the first kill. He's going to grab Hiko as well. That might just seal the round off, and it does. Nitro's ran all the way back and even dropped down. He knows he's got to deal with Sanks at some point. He chooses to do it now, and he does spam him down through the box, but no kit. And all of a sudden, that bomb timer, it's shrinking. It is extended, but not really enough for Nitro to do too much. Fraud has the op. He's geared up towards CT spawn, but he's just going to fall back towards long, and they could just delay from here. Def sees him drop as well now.
Yeah, nothing that Nitro is going to be able to do in this position. He's just going to pick up bolster his economy a little bit more there. Picks up the AK parting Molotov as well. So he gets a little bit out of the end of that round. But 8-1 complexity. Would you have called this, Moses?
No, not at all.
I know Jason Lake's got to be having a field day. I think he I read something on Twitter that he posted out in between those matches. He's like, "Oh, how surprising! Complexity wins the first match," like all snarky and everything like that. So you know he's having a hell of a night right now.
Yeah, sitting around in his red tie, more than likely.
his white dress shirt and his red tie. There you go, though. A little bit of life early on from Liquid. It's going to be Simple getting aggressive behind that smoke and double doors. No fear. Peaks Fraud takes him down, so that's a really nice find from them early on in this round. And you can see actually Adren and Simple going to swap spots here. And Adren's going to go down towards the mid, and Simple is going to help out at long A. And they're just going to let Simple get mobile with the AWP. Look at this boost up. He's actually, oh, he drops down off the side and does half health to Def there at long A. So finding early damage is going to be Team Liquid this round.
Same setup as last round, essentially. Simple a little bit farther away from Elige, but this time the attack from complexity is going to go towards long. Still a man down. Shinobi has the op and the bomb and T spawn, and no one from Liquid is giving any opportunity for a pick. They also don't have much utility. Elige is the only one with the smoke. He's going to drop that at long right now. A minute left in the round for complexity to figure something out. And it looks like they're going to gear up towards the B bomb site again. They've had a lot of success here, as you mentioned earlier, but usually it's a little bit more early in the round walking through a smoke. This time, he goes close to their left, and Nitro's playing a bait. He's going to flash and peek, and there's Hiko and Nitro. There's the defense holding strong. And what can Shinobi do? He was out towards long, maybe try and lurk or out-lurk Elige, but there was no success at the B bomb site. So a 1-on-5. Liquid, they've got to string some together after this one.
Adren's actually going to get spotted here in mid, but he gathers the intel. He's going to just lob a flashbang over the top, and Actually challenges this, goes for the repeat. Shinobi's going to punish, so he's at least making this slightly expensive, but there it is. There's a Liege. He's going to finally chime in at the end of that round. And, again, just Team Liquid, they finally get something going. It comes off of that big-time aggression from Simple. Nicely done from him, finding that opening pick onto Fraud, but look at how much money they still have on this terrorist side. They're going to be able to buy into this round, buy into the next round as well if they lose. And Liquid, they drop this round. They could probably formulate another buy, but it's just that economy has just been so broken the whole time.
Nicely done from Simple. I think he
Did
actually
Simple just
got
kill him
that
through a
kill.
Liege?
Yeah, I believe so. Liege down at 37 HP, but now the long hit is on. It's fast-paced. They're going to smoke it off right now. Simple's flashed, so they know everyone's isolated at Catwalk. Simple grabs one more. That's on Roka. He does eventually fall to Sanks. Adren is hiding, though, over at Quad Box, so he's just biding his time. As the plant gets heard, he's going to peek out. He's going to stop that from going down. So this round firmly in the grasp of Liquid right now. Molotov comes out to force Adren out. He does get taken out by Sanks, but meanwhile, Nitro's just going to clean things up with the AK. 2 kills for him, 2 kills for Simpo, and they save the AWP into this next round. So nicely done from Liquid, winning 2 straight. But like you said, one more buy on the complexity side. The AWP is still out in Fraud's hands. 2 AK-47s. It looks like there's going to be 2 pistols. Nope, Roka gets dropped an AK, so Shinobi the only one with the Tech 9.
Man, we see this a lot of times where the IGL will actually sacrifice a rifle to give it to a, you know, a stronger fragger on the team. But that's not to take anything away from Shinobi, who's actually the second fragger on the team right now. So he's just going to go with the dedicated Tech 9 this round. And again, we see Simple here in mid. He's going to be looking for anything and everything that he could possibly find. It's going to be Fraud again down in Suicide with his AWP trying to make something happen. But again, they're just going to rotate Simple back around towards Long A, trying to lock things down. And there's 2 players from the terrorist side outside of this corridor. You've got Shinobi and you've got Def, and this is an opportunity, you know, with Simple getting so aggressive. I mean, look at how close they're playing on long double doors, and this is scary now. Elige's just going to push on in. Oh, nicely timed. Well done from Elige, though. He does find that opening pick onto Shinobi.
Yeah, and with this kill, they smoke it off, and Elige is going to push even farther into Cave. That's a spot where you can see the shadow coming through the door as well, so that's a good advantage for Elige. Also, with that smoke, dropping it so that if anyone comes in right now, they don't think anyone would be in Cave. They think they just have that entrance smoked off. But Elige is in position of a very, very quick flank as complexity works their way down mid and up towards Catwalk. If he ever has any indication of an execute coming, that will be very, very fast for him to rotate behind the opposing team.
Yeah, Lee's just creeping up here, but talking about creep, complexity working their way up towards Catwalk, and this is where things are going to get scary. But there you go, Adren. They've gone for the double up setup this time on CT side, and there you go. Again, Elige coming around from long A. He's going to be able to find Sanks, so things looking up a little bit here for Liquid in these last couple of rounds, but it's Fraud in mid, actually. Oh, that's unfortunate. Hits the leg shot on Nitro as he was bounding around the corner. So a 4th round now for Liquid. Great opportunity for them to get back into this one, as it is going to be a save round from complexity for the first time in the half. So see what they decide to do. They actually force up. They go for the Tech 9s and the armor. They've got some money left over to spend, but it looks like they're just going to hit in towards the B-bomb site. And I can't say that this is the worst call from them, because they've had so much success in B so far in this matchup.
I think this is a response to the double op setup, saying, I mean, if they can get into this B bomb site, get the early kills, even if they trade it into a 3-on-3, the op is a disadvantage on the retake. And also knowing they'll be going against an op, if he misses his first shot and they're able to swarm on him, that's also a small advantage they can try and gain with these Tech 9s. But Nitro is playing in mid, now coming back towards CT spot. Initially, there were 3 players leaning over towards that B bomb site, so it looked like a solid setup from Liquid as they drop away from it. And they're going to be the ones to smoke off the tunnels to get to gain some space to work with. Jumping through, nice counter flash. Simple gets that first kill. Hiko's just protecting to make sure they can't get close, but he falls. Simple, meanwhile, with 3, and there's a Dren. The ops get all 5 kills. Simple with 4 in that bomb site, so complexity, they couldn't find that advantage. 8-5, but as they bought through the losing bonus, even with that investment into Tech 9 armor, they're going to have AKs into this round.
Yeah, double up setup, paying dividends right now for Liquid. That's pretty much solely what got them the last round. Simple has extended his frag count to 14 and 8, picking up 4 in the last round. Really nicely done, playing that back plat box, and that was the right call, obviously. They're going against pistols, put the range of that AWP to work. And now look at this Simple aggression and lower beast. Shinobi gets annihilated. But Def is there for the trade. Something that I see Simple do so much in FPL is just push up in those lower B tunnels and just find those picks. That aggression, just relentless from this guy. And this time around, he's going to find that opening pick, but he gets traded out immediately.
There's about to be a massive... Oh, nice Molotov forces Fraud out. It's a huge mid-B split, but that's the bomb. Liquid could just stay in these tunnels, but they're going to fall back. They're going to take the fight. They do get traded off, but it's brought into a 2-on-1. It's going to be all on Sanks. He's inside the B bomb site. Adren looking for the cross, and it's going to be a Liege alone in lower B, so... And once again, Sanks is in a situation where he could find a couple one-on-ones if this is played correctly or incorrectly from Liquid as well. And Liege is going to get baited up the stairs, and he falls. No damage done. There's the first one-on-one, and now 50 seconds left on the clock. Sanks has free reign across, you know, this whole map, whatever he wants to do. Adren's got a lot of time to figure out and to sweat it out of what's going to happen, but he's got a good angle, and Sanks might just walk right into this.
Oh, no, Adren actually turns. Oh, this is extra scary now. Oh, and he misses the shot, and now the positions are compromised. Sanks is just going to hightail it into that B-bomb site, smoke off the double doors, and go for the plant. And nice little counter flash there from Adren. At least holds him back for a second longer, but now he sees that that smoke has come out, and Adren is going to be able to get up in towards this B-bomb site. But again, 18 seconds. He's got to make the push in towards B. Oh, and he fakes out with the footsteps. Nicely done. Oh, is he just going to push on through? Oh, he gets spotted. The gun barrel sticks through the smoke. That is unfortunate. Sanks, good effort from him, isolating the 1v1s. He just can't get it done in the long run, and Adren hits him with the no-no at the end there. So 6-8 now, and Team Liquid are bringing it back. They've won 5 in a row now.
This is exactly what happened in Cash. You know, winning the last 5 of Cash to make a 7-8 scoreline for him. So could be very similar here. Simple does get tagged by the scout, and actually Fraud's going to clean it up. Simple continued to challenge, got punished, but Nitro gets aggressive into those B halls, catches Shinobi off guard in upper B. So equalized down to a 4-on-4. Sanks though, he's going to swing out. He loses that battle as well. Nitro with giving his team an advantage here.
Yeah, really nicely done early on from Liquid. Again, swinging that man advantage back their way. 4-on-3 situation. You've got the AWP in Adren's hands still. He's just going to be opping up here on Catwalk. And he doesn't have a whole lot of kills, but he's gotten some pretty important ones with the op so far in this matchup, especially when he picked that up. He was like 2-8 at some point. He's gone 4-1 since then. So Adren starting to at least contribute a little bit more. We'll see whether or not they can shut things down again this round. Def and Roka working their way around through the lower B tunnels. And they're going to get joined up here by Fraud, who does have the scout. He hasn't swapped out for any other rifle just yet. I don't know if there's really another rifle readily available. There's an AWP and double doors, so I'll take that. Thank you very much. And now he's got the one-shot machine. See if he can do anything with it.
Yeah, compLexity, though, letting Fraud lead the way out mid. 3-on-4, and they have an open pathway out mid. Hiko's just kind of spotting it from double doors. Nitro does have a pop flash primed behind platform. It's going to go out towards mid, and Hiko's just going to jump across. Roka finds a Liege, who is trying to flank from long, but now they know they're out mid, and Roka gets a second one. With those 2 kills as well, they could just fall back and go catwalk. So this has just been ruined for Liquid. This is basically a win for compLexity.
Yeah. I mean, Elise got all that information, and then he goes and challenges Roka, and Roka just deletes him off the map, and then Adren just stuck in a really odd spot down there towards CT spawn. And I mean, he had the AWP, but he didn't even get a chance to pull the trigger. So really nicely done from Roka, and this is the recovery from compLexity that, you know, we've seen time in and time out throughout this matchup. And again, now they're going to be pushing on up, and they've got to really be careful now. They go for the boost play. Roka is privy to it. He comes around the corner. He's getting tagged up down to 30 HP, but there's still 2 more players to contend with. And Roka's not done yet. He finds the 3rd kill. And it's going to be Def to finish things off. And that's going to be it for that half. 9-6 for compLexity. Really nice stuff on their CT side, and they take a 3-round advantage going into the second half.
that turned around so quickly. It didn't look like compLexity really had any chance of getting into that B bomb site, and then that flank by Elise and that drop from Adren just gets punished. Good stuff. So 9-6. Liquid did make a big comeback into that half, considering they were down, what, 8-1 at some point, and then they won 5 straight.
Yeah. Yep, they were down 8-1, brought it back to 8-6, and then lost out the last round. So Again, it's shades of Cash. I mean, we saw the pistol round go the way of complexity. That the first couple of rounds were basically a replay of what happened on Cash, and the half actually panned out. I mean, it was 8-7 on Cash, 9-6 this time around, but it's pretty much the exact same thing that we saw on Cash, and a really nice terrorist side from complexity. Now all they have to do is just hold and close out the match.
Yeah, and we should say, we do mention, the previous map. This is not a best of 3. It's just a doubleheader. It's what you'll see most season in Pro League. I'm not sure if it'll be like that every night, but for as far as I know, that most of these matchups are scheduled as doubleheaders. So 2 individual maps, but complexity with a good showing on night 1, their night 1. In these opening versus Liquid, this is really good stuff. A lot of cool outplays in that half by complexity strategically. So Liquid does eventually manage to stabilize and swing some back, but they're gonna have to have a big response here on the T side.
Yeah, I mean, it all starts in this pistol round. I mean, one round could get Liquid right back into this one, and if they can do the same thing, control the economy over complexity in the second half, but. They really struggled on their terrorist side on Cash up until the late game. So if they start off in the same fashion, then I just don't see them able to get back into this one.
It's kind of it's a little bit unfortunate. Complexity was a team that was supposed to be in the North American minor, but due to some roster issues, didn't end up going. Didn't play in the last chance qualifier. But the initial look at this roster that they've put together since then is pretty solid in their opening. So that would have been cool to see them compete in those. Liquid, meanwhile, will be at the qualifiers for the major, for the MLG major. So that'll be in a couple weeks, and they're gonna have to figure some things out. It looks like this roster addition of Simple, it's just the first night, so no reason to jump to conclusions, but struggling with it at least initially.
Yeah, a little bit. And keep in mind, guys, that we do have another doubleheader coming up after this one is all said and done. It's going to be Enemy GG versus Energy Esports. First map is going to be on Inferno, followed by Mirage. So you guys will get your Kusta fix for the night, at least. So that'll be fun to go on to in the next one. But we are going live here into the second half. And this is a very crucial pistol round here for both squads, and we'll see which one comes out on top right now. And complexity, they're looking to put this one to bed. They get the pistol round here. We could see a 12-6 scoreline before all said and done, which gives Liquid an almost insurmountable task of coming back in this matchup. But this time around, they're going to just go for the cat aggression, and we saw how it worked out for complexity in the first half.
Yeah, but that was done very, very differently. That was a sick execute. No nades for the CT side. They're just going to have to win battles. No kits as well. Fraud at the corner. He does get dropped by the Tech 9 of Pico. It's Shinobi's turn to take some damage. So the opening kill goes to Team Liquid, but oh, what a shot from Def, dropping in a pit. All right, across the map, and Sanks even gets a headshot. And Simple falls. He was watching the flank. Sanks with another one. All of a sudden, Liquid, you're not even going to get close to winning this round. So all the battles go the way of complexity after that entry. What the hell just happened? Liquid just falls apart there in that round.
That shot by Def falling into pit was filthy. That was just gritty. That was like, as soon as he hit that shot, I was just thinking complexity's going to win this round. That's just absolutely nasty. Sanks coming up on Catwalk. I kind of talked a little bit about how great his pistol work was in Cash, and obviously it continues over. He got that 2v1 clutch in the second half pistol round on Cash. This time around, he just barrels up Catwalk, very nearly stops the plant to begin with, spamming through the smoke, but he picks up one kill on the fadeaway shot, and he's able to pick up a second kill on the aggression coming back towards Catwalk. Liquid never had a chance of getting out of that bomb site.
Yeah, Jesus. All right, so that's what complexity is bringing to the table here in half two. Now another round where Team Liquid just is going to stroll their way up Catwalk. 4 members there. Nitro's going to probe out mid. He spots Sanks in window as well. This time, Adren's got a flashbang and a smoke. Nitro gets into a small battle. Oh, there's Simple. Entry onto Fraud. He gets dropped. Nicely placed headshot from the Deagle. Shinobi's going to rotate over to try and whittle down this attacking force, but he's got to be too careful. He's not too committed. Simple's brought down to 2 HP, still going for the Deagles. Does land a tag onto it, but Def's going to be the one running over. A nice one dig by Simple, but there it is. Def and Roga are going to weaken out this post-plant defense.
Yeah, Lee's reaggressing here, but he goes down. Def and Roka chime in with the final two, and that's going to be it. But at least they get the bomb plan. At least they kill a couple of players here on the CT side of compLexity, so they're going to put a little money in the bank, and they're going to be able to work on forward into the next round. But salvaging a rifle, oh, that's actually... I'm surprised that Roka didn't throw the FAMAS to Def when he picked up the M4, because now Def is going to be on an MP9. Not a bad gun to have going into a full gun round if you are on an SMG, obviously, by the rate of fire in the armor pin. But the biggest part about it was he could have thrown over the FAMAS and they could have had 2 rifles as opposed to an SMG and a rifle.
Oh, Simple had a good spawn for long. He wanted to take that shot so bad, but he saw the nades raining in and he bailed out. No armor as well, so that made things a little bit nerve-wracking for him. So, no opening pick for Simple. He's also given up the fact that there's an AWP on this T side. Fraud has one as well. It should be... No, it's a scout. Excuse me. He's jumping up over towards Catwalk on those boost boxes. But slow route from Team Liquid. They have complete mid control. No one from compLexity challenging whatsoever.
Yeah, it's actually going to be Sanks outside of the B double doors by the triple boxes trying to make something happen, or the old double door boxes, see if he can make anything happen. They're just going to walk on out and do this drive. Got Simple opping up towards long A and see if he can find anything over in that area. Opts to change his vision over here towards the window of B. Now the smokes come out. Now they're going to hear this, and Sanks is going to be in an awkward spot. Alicia's just going to barrel up, but he pulls out an 8. He doesn't even account for that angle. A little bit miscued there. Simple does find one, but he gets traded. Hiko is going to be there to refrag again, and now Fraud over here by CT spawn. He's behind the smoke. He's going to throw the pop flash out, and Hiko is going to be there, but he's going to fall back behind double doors, and now they're going to go on the chase. Shinobi going to be able to find that kill. Fraud does go down, though, in the hands of Hiko, and now they've got to see if they can figure out that Nitro is actually swapped spots with where Sanks was.
Yeah, Nitro hears all this as well, so he's gathered a lot of information. He's still got to be wary in case one more is lurking out in mid, but he's going to swing out, spot no one's there. Adren's going to get that first kill, and the second one. Def and Shinobi both fall. So Liquid do get on the board, and Nitro even saves the AWP into the next round. And it is going to be... Def picks up a scout, but he had a lot of money. He had something like $6,000, or, you know, $5,800, so... He's going to pick up a scout. No one else can really afford to do anything. They're going to upgrade some pistols, but... Liquid breaks the economy early on after that second round.
It'd be wild to see Def get a nasty scout headshot through the wall. Oh, he actually does tag Hiko?
Yes.
Wow. Going to battle, though. Absolutely having a war. Alicia actually gets knocked down to 17, eats an unwelcome dink, and Adren behind the smoke of that Molotov is going to be popping some shots there and towards the B-bomb site, but not going to be able to connect on anything. Def down to 34, Roka at 55. And a handful of damage going the opposite way as well. 11-7 your score line, but there it is. Elige 1 and 2 back-to-back. Shinobi and Fraud go down, and now full mid control and Cat and A control is open. Simple finds Roka. That's pretty much going to be the round.
And as they enter the bomb site, they leave a Duran to just watch the flank at double doors. There's also Hiko is there to help him out as well. So this is going to be a pretty standard round. Def going to try and save this scout, it looks like. The jumping shot on a Simple brings him down. A second one, headshot. So takes out the new star player. Looking over towards door. Another nice shot with this scout. Doing some work, dealing some damage, and now just protecting this up. I mean, Liquid, if they want to salvage the AWP, which what they should try and do, they're going to have to work for it. Because Def with this scout has gotten 2 kills. Could get a couple more. That could be a very costly weapon for Liquid to try and save. But they don't really have very much money. Actually, he's just going to give it up. So he doesn't keep eyes on it whatsoever. He's just content with those 2 kills. So Liquid do get away with that. It's going to be an 8th round for Team Liquid. Trying to make this comeback. And there might be... Nope, the money is not going to update. So there's going to be one more save, more than likely. Actually, Def could drop over an M4 with Sank salvaging that AK. So this might actually be a buy. Yeah, it is going to be. So they're going to keep a scout into Fraud's hands, but they're going to have all rifles behind that. So pretty solid buy looking for compLexity. 2 scouts, actually.
Yeah, but we've seen Fraud do a little bit of work in the first half with the scout, and Roka, I mean, he's pretty filthy with almost any gun you put in his hands, so we'll see whether or not he can lock things down with that scout, but Simple again with the AWP that was salvaged last round. He's going to be over towards, well, he was still in mid, trying to pick down through double doors, but he's not going to find anything over there. That's smoke on long A. He's just trying to spam through, not going to find any connection, but they at least know that the op is on that side of the map for the time being. Lee's cheeky peek down towards mid, not going to get any resistance out there, and it's going to be Roka just jump peeking out through window side. Pretty much in the same position that Def was in last round. So, we'll see. Oh, he spots the gun barrel from Simple, so he knows that they're going to be coming out. Takes the jump peek, but this time Simple's not going to let him have the advantage. Does manage to hit him. That's going to be an early pick. And oh, this pop flash through the smoke. Adren, so smart, gets it done.
Yeah, both scouts get dropped initially, so Team Liquid free entry into the bomb site with that kill from Adren, and it's going to be all up to Shinobi and Def to try and save these weapons. One at long, one on the A bomb site, but a good take from Team Liquid, getting a couple picks and then just decisively hitting that B bomb site. So the question now is how dedicated are they going to be to hunting down these remaining M4s?
Well, they don't have a whole lot of money to work with.
Yeah, I was just thinking that as well, but I know that, you know, if they get these guns, the next round should be a pretty easy save for them because the money on the complexity side is really, really weak. So it does look like they're starting to move across the map as a group, but still pretty spread out. I mean, this isn't the most dedicated hunt I've ever seen. So they're probably just going to be content to find some of these positions and just see if they can find an easy kill, but not overexpose themselves. Hiko and Simple going to swing out on catwalk. Def's blind, not even peeking. He does get that kill. That's the AWP. That's a really nice last kill to get of the round. So Simple loses that AWP. He's got to rebuy it now.
Yeah, that's a huge detriment to the economy here of the terrorist side. You can see. There you go, 4750 invested, plus armor, plus he's not going to have a full nade set. He's only got the smoke to work with, so that is a huge find at the end of that round. That's massive. That's a huge mistake. Fraud back on the scout. They're going to buy into this one again from complexity's side.
Yeah, it's still a pretty decent buy with 3 M4s. I mean, a little light on nades, but you know, one fortunate kill from the scout, maybe onto Simple, that can really help things out. Liquid, meanwhile, one member far back, that's going to be Hiko. Figure that. Just watching the flank, watching for any kind of push towards long. Nitro is going to be in lower B, throwing some nades on catwalk and mid, but there's the opening kill from Roka, trying to walk into B as Team Liquid, and they're getting annihilated. 2 kills for Roka. Elish can't get Sanks. The bomb is down. The rotation's going to be on. They've got to get in here quick, so it's going to be Nitro taking point, deals damage, but can't find the kill, and now all the support is here for complexity. It's going to be tough going for Hiko and Nitro. Nade's going to clean out Nitro. Just out of Hiko, 1-on-4. He even gets tagged with the scout. Fraud's going to finish it off with the USP. 12-9. That gets shut down.
That's a huge stand at B as well, because that was around Liquid tried to do the same thing Complexity did to them in the first half. Just push through that smoke and find those trades. And Roka able to light up 2 of them, and Sanks finishing off the 3rd. The cavalry arrives and gets shut down. Nicely done, the orc nade from Fraud. And then he comes right behind that with the scout USP action. So 12 rounds now for Complexity, trying to put this one to bed. And Alicia's going to be on a limited buy. You can see a little bit of nade damage, some molly damage actually along. And there you go, Fraud again, the scout just doing work right now. Finds the headshot onto Hiko. He was so disengaged from the rest of his teammates that they can't even trade that out.
Yeah, that's, yeah, now, oh man, this is crushing for Team Liquid. Simple does have the AWP, but he's got to find something for his squad. Nitro is going to be all alone over towards long. Meanwhile, Liquid working the way up mid and catwalk. Such a passive defense from Complexity. With this man advantage, they're not in a position to even give up a kill if they wanted to. They're going to force Liquid into some kind of an execute. So really well played defense so far into this round. Running a little low on nades with a minute left in, but it's not something to worry about. Liquid is just not really applying too much pressure whatsoever anywhere.
Yeah, took a quick spot there in mid from Adren, but he's going to fall back to the rest of his teammates, and they're actually just going to try to put pressure up here on Catwalk with the lurk out from long A. So this is going to be on Def. You know, one of the new acquisitions. It's Fraud with the scout again, just playing this off angle by Carr, looking for any kind of damage that he can find, and Shinobi playing deep on long A. So if Nitro misses the timing on this one could be very, very dangerous. And they actually pull Fraud away from Catwalk. It's going to be simple to try to open this one up. And he is up on the railing, and he finds the headshot. Takes down Def. Shinobi falls. It's Fraud at long, trying to make something happen, but Adren hits a nice ripper onto him, takes him down, and it's all on Sanks and Roka, and what is surely going to be a save 2-on-4. 10 seconds as the bomb gets planted.
All right, then. CT spawn. Alicia's going to swing out. Spots him, does a little bit of damage, but Simple's actually the one to jump down. Simple's almost in that mood, it seems like, where he's just like, all right, I'm done with this, but it doesn't matter. So is Roka. Nice headshot onto Simple. Once again, they've got to try and salvage this AWP, and Roka looks like he wants to stick around, prevent that from happening. Nitro's up at top mid. Roka's eating some damage, but when this bomb explodes, that's going to blow the AWP closer towards Roka, so he'll be able to pick that up for his team. Another good fight, another round where Simple can't hang on to the op at the end of the round. I mean, these are very small mistakes, but they're going to be costly in the long run as they add up.
Oh, Roka needs to not go down here. Oh, almost dies to the bomb there in the long run, but like you said, that op does get knocked over towards him, so he's going to be able to salvage that for his own op or fraud. And we'll see what they decide to do. They are going to buy behind this one as well, so compLexity trying to keep that pressure on. You can see they're not healthy on money. They're not even going to have, I don't think they're going to have the op in the hands of Simple this round. So he's, oh, they do, okay. So they did drop an op over to Simple. But, I mean, it's like you said, he's kind of in that mood where it's like, all right, I've had enough of this crap. Let's go. So he just bombards down into CT spawn and ends up getting traded. But Nitro actually can open things up. Oh, gets the double out long. Nicely done from him. Just putting that early pressure on. Liquid going to be able to find those opening 2 picks, but now Fraud with the up, looking down towards long A, seeing if anybody's going to peek out, and it's going to be Simple, but he finds the shot, takes Fraud down, and again, it's Sanks and Roka left in a 2 versus 5.
Roka's trying to bring it back. Simple has a spot, half the damage done. Hiko's going to find those kills, but off the back of the 2 entries from Nitro at long, they're going to get this planted. And Sanks seems to know that someone's lurking in mid. Adren's not showing himself quite yet, but it's going to be another round for Team Liquid, and it's going to be back onto the save for compLexity, and Sanks falls there. So no gun save that round. 2 rounds in a row for Team Liquid. So compLexity, I mean, the score of this match, of this map is going to be evened up, it looks like, at 12-12. So Liquid's started to make this T-side work here.
Yeah, that's the big thing right now, is that out of the last, 6 rounds now, they've won 5 of them. So getting themselves right back into a position, considering that they've lost both of the pistol rounds, it's kind of astonishing that they're even this close right now. But you can see a heavy stack towards long A. You've got Def down here as well as Shinobi and Fraud. Fraud overextending a little bit, gets spotted out. Alicia's going to find one, and there's that 2-pronged attack from Liquid. Nitro and Alicia doing work down on long A, dropping 3 kills almost instantaneously at the start of this round.
Oh,
Roka,
nice
though.
one, dude. Yeah, nice shot from Roka. We've seen how effective his deagle can be. That's a good nade from Hiko, though. Force him back a little bit. Roka can't hit the next one. He's going to try and get Hiko on the cross, but actually Hiko sneaks by him when he's not ready, and Simple, there it is. With the op again, just going Rambo, so if he had lost that there, that would have just been too much for me to handle. Sanks, meanwhile, is the last one left in a 1-on-4. Just
Simple,
USB.
too hot to handle.
Yeah, I mean, he's just done with it. You could just tell, doing all these Rambo drops, that time into a Molotov as well. So
Yep.
it's gonna be 12-12 into the next round.
Well, Simple is the NA player, so we will be seeing whether or not Liquid can bring this one right back in. I mean, they're going to tie things up 12-12, but, well, what's the money look like here on the compLexity side? I mean, you're low on Fraud. He's not going to have enough for an op. You're low on Def. I mean, if they decide to force up, I mean, those last couple of force buys that they had working into these last couple of rounds didn't pay off for them in the long run. They lost both of those, and this time around, they're going to be really, really hurting for money. They're going to all be over 4,000, so they can go for a buy, but they're going to lack utility going into this round.
Yeah, and they're going to lack kits as well. Not a whole lot of flashbangs. And they've been playing a pretty passive setup, so, I mean, it's not like they need to use a lot of these flashes for aggression. Key is Simple at 23 and 17 has done a really good job with this op, despite losing it a couple rounds right at the end. But look at the aggression out of compLexity here. Simple, he hasn't spotted this, and he was looking for it. He is going to swing out a little bit. Nitro's not going to know this once this close though. But Simple has 2 kills. Def does clean him and Nitro out. He's going to try and fall back. Alicia's there to cut him off. He gets dinked, but he does find the kill. So now it's just down to Fraud and Roka. That mid aggression does not pan out in the long run for compLexity. 2-on-3 for the CT side.
Well, that's one of the things that you talked about before, is that was what worked for Liquid on one of the rounds, was the first gun round, I believe it was, in that first half, was they just pushed and had that no-respect aggression up mid. This time they get punished, though, on compLexity's side because Simple picks up those opening 2 picks. So really nicely managed from the Liquid squad. But again, you look at where they are, and there's no coverage for Alicia, who's out here by mid. So if Fraud would have actually pushed that, That would have been a little bit scary. If he does lob that nade into lower B, he could clean out a Liege and be back onto a 2 versus 2. But with Roka and Fraud alive and one player playing close on mid from the terrorist side, they should have heard Roka rotate back over towards CT spawn. So maybe they've got a little bit of an inkling that that B bomb site is going to be open for business.
Liquid's playing this smart, though. They've slowed things down. They know that in a 2-on-3, the CTs have got to do something to find some kind of information about where the attack is going to come in to try and group up. So they were trying to wait for anyone to push into upper B to get a quick flank going on. This time they throw out a mid to B smoke. So Roka has no intel, but compLexity's basically just gambling. It's going to be A, and the nades from Adren on Catwalk is going to give it up. Elish gets that kill onto Fraud. Now it's just Roka, and he's sandwiched between 2 spots. He does find the kill onto Elish. Can he get Adren? He's brought down to Ready. Almost wins that out. Hiko down to 2 HP, but Adren is going to bide his time and pounce at the right moment. So Liquid on a 4-round win streak at the moment. This is slowly slipping away from compLexity, and there's a lot of money built up on this Liquid side. Meanwhile, compLexity, another eco round.
If Roka gets that kill on Adren at the start of that, he wins that round. That's just a little bit unfortunate. He actually dinked Adren, and unfortunately for him, wasn't able to get that kill. Nice spam through the smoke, though. Adren's going to find a lot of damage there onto Shinobi, and the return nade onto Fraud as well. They've actually got full long control also, so this is a little bit sketchy here for compLexity. They've pushed through B tunnels, so they know that nothing is home, so they've got to know that the hit is going to be coming towards A, but it looks like they might just gear up and try to take some rifles away from the Liquid squad. But Liquid in a position to take their 14th round now.
Yeah, I mean, this is an open bomb site. compLexity could try and get a very quick long flank. Adren is inside the cave just watching for this. And he hears footsteps as well. So he hears a lot of players in mid. He's going to be calling out to his teammates to watch the cat flank. Now he's got to fall back. He doesn't want to be isolated in that cave. He does have a teammate with him. That's Simple. Takes the op shot, and Simple instead changes positions to go into cave. But all of compLexity basically just gearing up to see if anyone from Liquid is going to be silly enough to run out of this cave and start hunting eco kills.
And there you go. It's going to be Sanks to fall first. More players out and around that corner right now, and you can see actually Simple is kind of leading the push right now. Def is right around the corner. They've got another player there as well, Fraud. And there you go. Fraud takes the peek, drops the op, drops the second one. And this is getting real expensive for Liquid now. They get the op on the back of Shinobi, and if he can get away, that's a nice find from compLexity. He's actually going to stay here and try to take another gun out of their hands. And he does just that. So nicely managed from the compLexity side.
It's actually pretty incredible how many ops that Team Liquid has lost at the end of rounds. Adren and Simple, they don't need to go for those kills. They don't need to push that far out. That's what, 4 kills and losing the op that they paid the price for extending that far. I mean, they can just stay in pit. They can just stay outside cave and live with the bomb explosion. So, I mean, thankfully they have a lot of money built up, so it's not going to hinder them very much at all into this round. But this is something that will get punished at certain times if they keep up this trend. Very quick mid to B split being executed for Team Liquid. Fraud has an op, but he's looking up at Catwalk. He does swing down, but they've already passed, so Roka's going to be in a lot of pressure. He does get the first kill, traded immediately by Hiko. There's Sanks, though. He's over towards Car. He gets one. He's got to do a little bit more, but he can't. Simple's going to find him with the AWP, and even in mid, Hiko's got a Molotov to slow this down. Def has been legged, falls to Hiko, and now they can't move. And Simple, just long range, is able to take some easy shots.
Yep, and there you go. 3K on the round from Simple, and that's like you said. I mean, he's just going for that no-respect style right now. Get in their face, shut him down. He's on 29 and 19 right now, putting Liquid on his back in this second half and doing some serious work. So, nicely done. Good to see Simple stepping up. And, you know, if there was ever a map that he could just get away with doing all this kind of getting in your face kind of strategy, man, Dust2 is going to be the one. We kind of expected this, though, Moses.
Yeah, this T side has been 6 so far. I mean, only 1 gun round, 1 for compLexity. That's pretty insane. Again, aggressive up mid. This time it's been spotted out really early, but Elish is basically all alone. He gets that first kill. That's on a Def. Sanks trades it out. He's very low. He's not even going to make it back. Oh, he is. He turns. Simple misses the off shot and can't get the pistol out in time. Ledger does trade things off, but because of that, everyone else is falling. So finally, compLexity looks like they're about to get a gun round on the board.
Well,
Hiko's
don't
the last
speak
one
too
left.
soon. Yeah, you said. I mean, you always talk about how if it's a clutch situation, Hiko's the man that you want to have alive at the end of the round. So, let's see if he can do anything with it right now. They're giving him free reign on the bomb. He's going to smoke double doors. and at least get himself a little bit of clairvoyance down through here, but let's see if they... Oh, jumping over the smoke. Fraud actually spots him out. Nade to follow. Not going to find any damage, and Shinobi on Catwalk's going to give his position away, so he at least knows where actually all three of them are now with that M4 spam through double doors in mid, so he's going to gear up and go towards long, and he's actually picked up another smoke, so he's got a smoke for the cross, he's got a flash to hold him back, and he's got a grenade to soften him up, so this is a round that Hiko could possibly win.
Yeah, but it's going to be tough. You can see Roka has rotated and cheated over towards the A-Bombsa because Fraud had eyes up mid. He was watching for Hiko to cross back towards T-spawn, and now with that smoke, they know exactly where he is. Flash is going to come out, nade as well. Hiko down to about 56 and blind in the smoke. He is going to cross over, and he spots with that jump. Shinobi takes the fight, doesn't do any damage. Trying to use the smoke, trying to use the edges to his advantage, but now all three members of compLexity are here. Roka's just going to swing out wide. He does fall, but that exposes Hiko to Fraud. So 13 to 15 now. compLexity, they're going to have some rebuys. Economy's still not the strongest thing in the world. Meanwhile, it's going to be whatever Liquid wants, but their money's starting to dwindle as well. If they lose this, you know, they should have. They should be fine for that last round if they happen to lose this. Nitro might be a little bit sketchy with 450, but either way, 15-13 now. compLexity's going to try and force overtime.
Well, this is pretty much the most crucial round of the half right here. This one and the last one. So if they can get it done, man, then, like you said, I mean, it's going to be a sketchy buy for Liquid. You can see from with Nitro being as low as he is, they'll get a little bit of that money bonus, but it's not really going to be too terribly much going into the next round. So we'll see what pans out here. And they're going for that real spread out terrorist side to start things off here. And you know, as much as we've talked about Simple with the AWP, Fraud has been pretty solid in this matchup. He was top fragging through that first half, but it's been Roka that's come alive in the second half.
Yeah, the other star player of compLexity. Roka's another guy who could have a very promising year. A lot of people expecting him to make some big strides. Simple, he's going to get that pick into the B bomb site. Fraud just barely exposes himself. Deals a lot of damage. Simple's down to 18. Nitro inside the smoke. Def trying to make a play, and he does. He finds Elige. And he also finds Hiko, who just peeks the crack of the double doors, so a very dispersed round for Liquid, although Nitro's stuck into these double doors and he grabs Roka. Not before Roka cleans up a Dren, though. So it is down to a 2-on-2, and the Liquid players are very spread apart. Simple's got a long route to take, and there's basically no utility left. There's one flashbang on the Liquid side.
Shinobi's got an HE grenade as well. They just used one to clear out mid. But Shinobi's got a grenade, and he could potentially take Simple out, dropping a grenade to the back plat. And it looks like, oh no, he actually drops it a little bit further out. No, he takes the peek with the nade out, and he goes down. So this round should be Liquid's. It's obviously Liquid's to lose at this point. And Sanks from double doors spots out Simple. Works his way in, gets the kill on Nitro. Simple misses the shot. Oh, this is... Oh my goodness, Sanks is going to win the round. He's going to salvage the op as well. They've got the economical advantage going into this last round. Well, maybe not so much. That bomb plan is going to really help Liquid a lot, but this is really close.
I mean, Sanks sneaks into the double doors, and with the cover of double stack, Simple didn't catch it. So he actually catches Nitro off guard with the bomb, who had just planted. And then, I mean, it's just so hard for Simple because he's in red, can only take one bullet, and he's just trying to find a way to get a quick shot off and then hide into cover. So a good win from Sanks there to keep compLexity alive. And the economies are just so beat up. You got to look at all those ops that have been lost. Simple has no nades to use this round, but either way, they rush out long very quickly. It's only Shinobi. He does burn a kill. That's a Elige. There's Hiko on a def. So Liquid trading out this long execute.
And again, it's going to be Simple's AWP to reign supreme. Adren has already gotten himself into the A-bomb site off a Cat. It's down to Roka 1v4. And it's Simple to shut it down. The icing on the cake, Simple drops 34 frags in a 30-round match, 16-14 for Team Liquid. That was a lot more interesting than the first one.
Yeah, definitely. Another good comeback. Another good comeback by Team Liquid, because it was looking a little bit scary there for a second in that first half. And either way, compLexity also clawing into this to try and force overtime, but Simple had a really, really good match there. And despite, you know, me talking about how often he was losing that AWP for Liquid round after round, he was really the one, you know, at the end of that game to be getting the picks with that AWP, to getting the kills in the mid round, to, you know, helping win the late late situationals, the post plant. So he came alive there for Liquid in a big way. But a good first showing in my mind for compLexity, who was kind of a big question mark coming into the season with their roster changes. But Simple had 34 kills in that match.
Yeah. Welcome to Pro League. I mean, nicely done from him. I mean, kind of something that we expect to see out of him, being that, you know, he's such a predominant figure in the not in the North American, but in the world, as far as how he's been hyped up as one of the best up and coming talents that there is. Some people have even put him in the top 5 as far as rising talent has been concerned. So nice to see him stepping up and taking matters into his own hands. You kind of saw it there too. Going into the terrorist side of Dust2, there was like, what was it, 4 or 5 rounds in that there was just a switch that flipped, and boom, he just went into no respect mode and just started bombing them with kills constantly. So it was really nice to see.
Yeah, good stuff. This is, like I mentioned earlier, this is not a best of 3. It's just a double header. So that is going to be it for those 2 teams for the evening. Each of them goes 1-1 on the night. Coming up next, probably in the next five minutes or so, is going to be Enemy GG. We saw them last night play against Renegades. They went 1-1. So it's going to be Enemy versus Energy Esports. It's going to be on Inferno to start things out, and then Mirage will be the second map. So we're going to see that coming up next right when we come back from a break. So stick around, guys.